present everywhere, right? I have to be present where my customers are going to be. There is no choice. Sometimes, like you rightly mentioned, that is going to be by choice, and sometimes it is not by choice. You are forced into certain things. But the only way that you can keep, no need to mention, it is going to be a nightmare because you are going to be present everywhere. There is going to be different kinds of feedback that you're going to get, different kinds of products that you're going to serve everywhere. But how do you still be present everywhere and also measure your effectiveness there? So each channel will have its own way of identifying how you can measure it, right? So this is a fact. So key performance indicators, right? These are the basics to understand how you are performing. So there are over 1,000 KPIs, which some of them are very popular, some of them are very intricate, and they are, so given a choice, a lot of KPIs can be there, and you can use in different industries, you use different kind of KPIs, and it is for different needs. But the common myth is that the more KPI that I put, the better tracking I can do, and I can be more effective. That is actually a myth, because it need not, the number of KPIs don't directly correlate with your effectiveness. Yeah. The quality of the KPI or the smartness of the KPI. Why do I say smart? Because it has to be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. We know this SMART, right? So these are the things that you have to be more careful about when you fix your KPI. So you can even track 5 of the KPIs and still be effective in determining what your client wants, whether you are able to serve them properly. So bottom line is that the measuring your multi-channel or the omni-channel marketing strategy, it also means that you're tracking the return on investment, because nobody does, the entire demand and supply is going through because you are earning a profit. What is your return on investment? The investment that you have done on all these channels, how is each of your campaign and channel going to benefit? How are the returns going to come back to you? So you pick the KPIs based on what is relevant in that channel, right? Next thing is that you collating these KPIs, it's just one thing that you are getting this data. So most of the organizations, what they do is they collect this data, they do their calculations, but what next? What do you actually put that into use? Like Rukmini rightly mentioned, there is a root cause analysis which is required at some point in time. There are actionable insights which has to come out of this. This is where the analytics play a part, right? Yeah. You have the data collected, and how smartly and effectively you are converting this into powerful insights which are more actionable, action oriented. So if I have say, for example, there is a click rate which is counted for Twitters, right? So if I'm posting something there, how many people are clicking on it, right? If it is a Facebook post, how many people are liking it and sharing it? So these are the basic idea. These are the data which are getting collated from these channels. But how are you going to, what does it make difference if 10 people touch it or 500 people touch it? So if you want the 10 to become 500, what needs to be done? So these are the actionable insights which should come out of the data that you're collecting. So you have the data on hand. It can help you formulate your next campaign strategy. Maybe you threw out something in the market and you're expecting the millennials to pick that up. But you identify that the people who are in the age bracket of 30 to 40 are actually coming to consume that product. But your target was 18 to 25. What is the difference? Why it happened? So you get that understanding only when you get this data and find out that what you need to find out. So when you have the data with you and you have a set threshold, so I have a threshold of 1,000 clicks per post, but I am not reaching 1,000. I'm probably reaching only say 700. What can I do to make this go up in the curve? So these are the actionable insights that you need from the data, and that is what analytics provides. So your KPIs, to sum this up, so your KPI needs to be limited because they are going to be smart. It will serve all your purpose. and how you're going to use that KPI to convert that into more actionable items that you have to do what next. So that is where the data comes into picture.